The alarm rang through the station at 3 in the morning. Red lights flashed in every hallway. Kang Tae-ho looked up from his mop and bucket. He was cleaning the floor near the docking bay when the noise started. He had worked on Horizon 7 for 6 years now. He knew every sound this old station made. But this alarm was different. This was the emergency signal for an unknown ship. Tae-ho was a janitor. He was 32 years old, and he had spent most of his adult life cleaning floors, fixing broken pipes, and staying invisible. Nobody noticed janitors. That was fine with him. He liked the quiet. He liked being alone with his thoughts. The universe was big and complicated, but a dirty floor was simple. You cleaned it, and it became clean. There was peace in that dot. He walked toward the main hallway to see what was happening. Security officers ran past him without looking at him. They never looked at him. To them, he was just part of the station, like the walls or the air vents dot through the window. Tae-ho saw a small escape pod floating near the docking bay. It was silver and shaped like a teardrop. Strange symbols covered its surface. He recognized the design immediately. It was Valari. The Valari were one of the oldest species in the galaxy. They had pale skin that glowed with soft light. Their empire was powerful and ancient. Humans had only been in space for 200 years. The Valari had been traveling between stars for 10,000. They looked at humans the way humans looked at insects. Tae-ho watched as the security team brought the pod inside. He should have gone back to his work. This was not his business. But something made him stay and watch. Commander Baek Jae-sung arrived minutes later. He was a tall man with gray hair and tired eyes. He had been running this station for 15 years. Tae-ho had cleaned his office many times. The commander was not a bad man, but he was exhausted. Running a station at the edge of human space was difficult work. The pod opened with a soft hiss. Inside lay a woman. No, not a woman. A Valari. Her skin was pale blue, almost silver. Thin lines ran across her face and arms like delicate tattoos. These were the markings of her people. In healthy Valari, these markings glowed with soft light. But hers were dim, almost dark. She was dying. The medical team rushed forward. They carried her to the emergency room. Tae-ho stood in the shadows and watched them go. For a moment, just before they turned the corner, he saw her face clearly. She was beautiful in a strange, alien way. Her features were sharp but soft at the same time. Her hair was white like snow. Her eyes were closed, but he could see her eyelids moving. She was dreaming. Or maybe having nightmares. For the next 3 days, the station was chaos. Messages flew back and forth between Horizon 7 and Earth Command. Tae-ho heard pieces of conversation while he cleaned. The woman was a princess. Princess Yuna of the Valari Empire. Someone had tried to kill her. They had used a poison called Void Toxin. It was a terrible thing. It killed slowly, destroying the body from inside. There was no cure. Her own brother had done this to her. He wanted the throne for himself. He had killed their father and poisoned his sister. Now he was emperor. And he wanted his sister dead. A Valari counselor named Myra had saved the princess. She had put her in an escape pod and sent her to human space. She hoped the humans could help. But the humans did not know how to cure Valari poison. Their medicine did not work on alien bodies. And there was another problem. If the humans saved the princess, the new emperor might see it as an act of war. The Valari Empire was powerful. A war with them would destroy humanity. Commander Baek had a difficult choice. He could not send her back. That would be murder. He could not heal her. And he could not let her stay in the main medical bay, where everyone could see her. So he made a decision. The old cargo wing of Horizon 7 had been closed for years. It was too far from the main station. too expensive to heat and maintain. Only one person worked there. The janitor. Kangte-ho. They brought the princess to the cargo wing on the fourth night. 2 medical officers carried her on a floating bed. They set up basic life support machines. They left medicine that would ease her pain. Then they looked at Taeho. "Keep her comfortable," one of them said. "She probably has a week. Maybe less." Taeho looked at the woman on the bed. She was so still, so pale. The markings on her skin were barely visible now. "What am I supposed to do?" he asked. The medical officer shrugged. "Nothing you can do. Just make sure she is not alone when she dies. It is the least we can do." They left. Taeho stood alone in the cold room with the dying princess. He did not know what to do. He was a janitor. He cleaned floors. He fixed broken things. He did not know anything about Valari or princesses or poison, but he knew what it felt like to be alone. He knew what it felt like to be forgotten. He pulled up a chair and sat beside her bed. "I do not know if you can hear me," he said softly, "but I am here. My name is Taeho. I am nobody important, just a cleaner, but I will stay with you." He talked for hours that night. He did not know what else to do. He told her about Earth. He told her about the small village where he grew up. He told her about his mother, who used to sing to him when he was scared. He told her about the ocean, which he had not seen in 10 years. The princess did not move. She did not respond. But Taeho noticed something strange. When he talked, her markings flickered. Just a little. Just for a moment. A tiny pulse of light, like a heartbeat. He stopped talking. The light faded. He started talking again. The light returned. Taeho did not understand what this meant. But he kept talking. He talked until his voice was tired. He talked until the station lights dimmed for the night cycle. He talked until he fell asleep in his chair, still holding her cold hand. When he woke up the next morning, she was still alive. The medical officer had said she would die in days. But she was still breathing, still holding on. Taeho looked at her pale face. He looked at the faint glow in her markings. It was weak, but it was there. "I will come back tonight," he told her. "I have to clean the hallways now. But I will come back. I promise." He did not know why he made that promise. She was a stranger, an alien, a princess from a species that thought humans were nothing. But she was also alone. And Taeho knew what that felt like. He came back that night. And the night after that. And the night after that. Every night, he sat beside her bed and talked. He told her stories. He read her poetry from old Earth books. He hummed songs his mother used to sing. And every night her markings glowed a little brighter. Nobody else noticed. Nobody else cared. To the rest of the station, the princess was already dead. They were just waiting for her body to realize it. But Taeho saw something different. He saw a woman fighting to live. He saw light in the darkness. And he decided he would not let that light go out. He was just a janitor. He could not cure poison. He could not fight emperors. He could not change the galaxy. But he could sit with her. He could talk to her. He could be there. Sometimes that was enough. The assassins moved through the station like ghosts. They were silent, invisible. Their bodies blended with the shadows. In 10,000 years, no target had ever escaped them. The shadow hand walked at the front. He could smell the princess. Her power left a trail in the air like perfume. She was close. So close. "Find the human first," he told his team. "The princess will come when he dies." They split up. 2 went left. 2 went right. The shadow hand went straight ahead into the cargo wing. The corridor was dark. The lights had been turned off. But Valari could see in the darkness. Their eyes captured even the smallest trace of light. The Shadow Hand smiled. Did the human think darkness would save him? Foolish. Pathetic. This would be too easy. He took 3 steps forward. Then the floor disappeared. Te-Ho had removed the panels and covered the hole with thin plastic. The Shadow Hand fell through and landed hard on the level below. The fall did not kill him. Valari were strong, but it surprised him, and it hurt. Clever, he whispered, climbing back to his feet. The human has tricks. Above him, Teho ran. His heart was pounding. 1 down, 4 to go. But he knew the assassin would recover quickly. He needed to move. He heard footsteps behind him. 2 of the assassins had found his trail. They were fast. Faster than any human could run. Teho ducked into a side room. He knew this room. It was the old chemical storage. Cleaning supplies had been left here for years. Many of them were flammable. He waited behind the door with a lighter in his hand. The first assassin came through the door. Teho threw a bucket of cleaning fluid in his face. The assassin screamed and grabbed his burning eyes. Teho hit him with the pipe as hard as he could. The assassin went down. The second assassin was right behind. He grabbed Teho by the throat and lifted him off the ground. Pathetic creature, the assassin hissed. Did you think you could fight us? Teho could not breathe. Darkness crept into the edges of his vision. But he managed to smile. Not fight, he gasped. Delay. He clicked the lighter and dropped it. The floor was covered in flammable liquid. The fire spread instantly. The assassin dropped Teho and tried to escape, but the flames were everywhere. His clothes caught fire. His skin burned. Teho rolled through a maintenance hatch and sealed it behind him. He could hear the assassin screaming on the other side. He did not feel good about it. But he did not feel bad either. This was war. In war, you did what you had to do. 2 down. 3 to go. He crawled through the maintenance tunnels. He knew these tunnels better than anyone. He had cleaned them 1,000 times. Every turn, every junction, every loose screw. He emerged near the airlock section. This was dangerous territory. If someone opened an airlock, he would be sucked into space. But it was also an opportunity. He found the control panel and started working. His hands moved quickly. He had repaired this panel many times. He knew exactly which wires to cross. 2 more assassins found him. They approached from both ends of the corridor. Teho was trapped. Give up, one of them said. You cannot win. You are just a human. Maybe, Teho said. His finger hovered over a button. But I am a human who knows this station. Do you know what that button does? The assassins hesitated. Teho pressed the button. The corridor section sealed. Warning lights flashed. A computer voice announced, airlock opening in 10 seconds. The assassins ran for the doors. But Teho had locked them. He had rigged the system hours ago. The only door that would open was the one behind him. He dove through and sealed it just as the airlock opened. The sound was terrible. A rushing roar. Then silence. 4 down. 1 to go. But the last one was the Shadow Hand. The deadliest of them all. Teho was exhausted. His body ached. His lungs burned. He had a cut on his forehead and blood dripped into his eye. He could not keep fighting much longer. He stumbled toward the escape pod bay. If he could just reach Yuna, if he could just see her one more time, the Shadow Hand was waiting for him. The assassin stood in the middle of the hallway. His robes were torn from the fall. His eyes burned with cold fury. You killed my team, he said. 4 Valari warriors, killed by a human janitor. Teho leaned against the wall. He could barely stand. I did what I had to do. You think you can survive? You think you can protect the princess? The Shadow Hand laughed. You are nothing. A speck of dust. I will kill you. and then I will kill her. And your sacrifice will mean nothing." Taeho lifted his pipe. His arms were shaking. "Then come and try." The shadow hand moved like lightning. He was across the hallway in a heartbeat. His hand closed around Taeho's throat and slammed him against the wall. "Any last words, human?" Taeho looked past the assassin. His bloody lips curved into a smile. "Yes, duck." Golden light exploded down the corridor. Yuna stood at the end of the hallway. Her body blazed with power. Her markings burned like the sun. Her golden eyes were filled with terrible fury. The shadow hand turned. "Princess, you should have run." "I am done running." Yuna raised her hand. Light gathered around her fingers. "I am done being afraid. And I am done watching the people I love suffer." She spoke a word in the ancient Valari tongue. It was not a word. It was a feeling, a wave of pure emotion, love, rage, determination, all of it compressed into a single sound. The shadow hand screamed. He grabbed his head and fell to his knees. The emotions tore through him like knives. Valari felt emotions more deeply than any species. That was their gift, but it was also their weakness. Yuna poured everything into him. Every feeling she had ever suppressed. Every tear she had never cried. Every moment of loneliness and pain and fear. She gave it all to him. The shadow hand collapsed. His body went limp. His eyes stared at nothing. He was not dead, but his mind was broken. He would never hurt anyone again. Yuna ran to Taeho. She caught him as he slid down the wall. "You idiot," she cried. "You brave, stupid idiot. I told you not to fight them." Taeho smiled weakly. "I had to. I had to give you time." "Time for what?" "Time to become strong. Time to save yourself." He coughed. Blood stained his lips. "I knew you could do it. I believed in you." Yuna held him close. Her golden light surrounded them both. Healing power flowed from her into him. She did not know if it would work on a human. She had never tried, but she felt their bond, their connection, the love that tied them together across species and stars. The light grew brighter. Taeho's wounds began to close. His breathing steadied. Color returned to his face. "It is working," Yuna whispered. "The bond, it works both ways." Commander Beak found them an hour later. He arrived with a security team, expecting to find bodies. Instead, he found the princess holding the janitor, both of them glowing with golden light. "What the hell happened here?" he asked. Taeho looked up at him and smiled through the blood and pain. "Just doing my job, sir. Keeping the place clean." The news of what happened on Horizon 7 spread across the galaxy. A human janitor had killed 4 Valari assassins and held off the 5th until the princess could stop him. It seemed impossible. It was impossible. But it had happened. Emperor Hanjile raged in his palace. His sister was alive. His assassins were defeated. And humans, the species he despised more than any other, had proven themselves capable of standing against Valari might. The Valari Empire began to fracture. Some supported the Emperor. Others saw Yuna as a symbol of change. Civil war loomed on the horizon, but Yuna did not care about politics or empires anymore. She had made her choice. She chose love. She chose humanity. She chose Tae-Ho. Earth offered her sanctuary. The hero Horizon 7 was offered medals and promotions and fame. But Taeho declined everything except one request: a small house on the eastern coast, with a view of the ocean. 6 months later, Yuna and Taeho stood on a beach at dawn. The Pacific Ocean stretched before them, endless and blue. The sun rose over the water, painting the sky in shades of gold and pink. Yuna had never seen anything so beautiful. She had traveled across galaxies, seen nebulas and star nurseries and the birth of suns. But nothing compared to this moment. This simple, perfect moment. You could have been a hero, she said softly. You could have had everything. Teho took her hand. His fingers intertwined with hers. I already am a hero. I have you. She leaned her head against his shoulder. Her markings glowed softly in the morning light. Gold and silver and all the colors in between. What do we do now? She asked. Now? Teho smiled at the sunrise. Now we live. We watch the ocean. We grow old together. We love each other. That is all? That is everything. Yuna smiled. She had spent her whole life chasing power and status and survival. She had never known peace. She had never known home. Now she knew both. And they were standing right beside her. They watched the sun rise over the ocean. A princess and a janitor. An alien and a human. Two broken people who had found each other in the darkness and built something beautiful together. The galaxy was full of dangers and wonders and unknowable mysteries. Wars would be fought. Empires would rise and fall. History would march on. But here, on this quiet beach, none of that mattered. Here, there was only love. Only peace. Only the warmth of a hand in hers and the sound of waves against the shore. Teho had asked for a view of the ocean. He got much more than that. He got a home. He got a future. He got someone who loved him not for what he could do, but for who he was. And that was the most human thing of all. The end. The assassins left the Valari homeworld 3 days after the Emperor felt his sister's awakening. There were 5 of them. The best killers in the Empire. They had never failed a mission. They had never shown mercy. Their leader was called the Shadow Hand. He had killed 17 members of royal families across the galaxy. Princes, princesses, even a king once. He did not care about politics or power. He cared only about the hunt. About the perfect kill. The princess has bonded with a human. The Emperor told him before he left. This is an insult to our entire species. Kill them both. Make it painful. The Shadow Hand bowed. It will be done. Their ship was fast. It crossed half the galaxy in 6 days. On the 7th day, they arrived at the edge of human space. On the 8th day, they reached Horizon -7. Nobody saw them coming. Nobody knew they were there. On the station, Yuna was growing stronger every day. The poison was almost gone from her body now. Her markings glowed constantly, shifting between silver and gold like sunlight through water. She could walk again. She could talk and laugh and eat real food. She was alive in ways she had never been before. But with strength came awareness. And with awareness came fear. She woke up one night screaming. Teho rushed to her side. What is wrong? He asked. Yuna was shaking. Her eyes were wide with terror. They are coming. I saw them. In my vision, 5 shadows. 5 killers. They are coming for me. Who? Your brother? His assassins. The best in the Empire. Tears ran down her face. They will kill us both, Teho. They will destroy everyone on this station to get to me. Teho held her close. How long do we have? I do not know. Days maybe. Maybe less. Teho's mind raced. He was not a soldier. He had no weapons. No training. What could he possibly do against Valari assassins? But he could not give up. He would not give up. Not now. Not after everything they had been through. We need to tell Commander Beak, he said. They went to the commander that night. Beak listened to Yuna's warning with a grim face. He believed her. He had learned to believe in strange things since the princess arrived. I can put the station on alert, he said. But our security forces are not equipped to fight Valari assassins. We are a cargo station, not a military base. Can we call for help? Tejo asked. The nearest fleet is 2 weeks away. If these assassins are coming in days, help will not arrive in time. Yuna closed her eyes. Then we are dead. Not yet, Tejo said. There was steel in his voice, a hardness that Yuna had never heard before. You do not know humans, Commander. You do not know what we can do when we are desperate. Beak looked at the janitor with new eyes. What do you suggest? Evacuate the station. Send everyone to the escape pods. Everyone except me. What are you going to do? Fight. Yuna grabbed his arm. No, they will kill you. These are not normal soldiers. They are the deadliest killers in the galaxy. Maybe, Tejo said. But this is my home. I know every corridor, every air vent, every broken panel and faulty wire. I have spent 6 years cleaning this station. I know it better than anyone alive. He looked at Yuna. I was a field medic in the war. I saw things, did things. I am not the peaceful janitor you think I am. I survived 3 years in the worst conflict humans ever fought. I did not survive by being weak. Commander Beak was quiet for a long moment. Then he nodded slowly. You are serious about this? Yes. And if you fail? Tejo smiled sadly. Then I die. But I will take some of them with me. And every moment I give you is a moment for the princess to escape. Yuna was crying now. I will not leave you. I will not run while you die for me. Tejo cupped her face in his hands. You have to. You are important. Your powers could change the galaxy. Your brother cannot win. If he kills you, the Valari Empire will fall into darkness for 1,000 years. I do not care about the Empire. Then care about the humans who will die if your brother goes to war. Care about the children on Earth who have never seen the stars. Care about all the people who deserve to live in a peaceful galaxy. He kissed her forehead. I am just a janitor. My life does not matter. But yours does. And I will not let you throw it away. The next 2 days were chaos. Commander Beak ordered a quiet evacuation. Escape pods left one by one, heading for the nearest human colony. The station grew empty, and Silent Tejo worked constantly. He set traps throughout the cargo wing. He rigged doors to lock remotely. He connected fire suppression systems to manual controls. He created a maze of dangers in the halls he knew so well. Yuna refused to leave. She stayed with him until the last possible moment. Her powers grew stronger every hour. She could see the assassins in her visions now. 5 shadows moving through space. Getting closer. Teach me to fight, she begged. My power must be good for something. So Tejo showed her what he knew. Not much. Basic self-defense. How to strike vulnerable points. How to run and hide and survive. But Yuna had power that no human possessed. She could sense emotions. She could create blinding light. She could glimpse the future. Use that, Tejo said. You will know where they are before they know where you are. That is your advantage. On the last night, they stood together in the cargo bay. Through the window, they could see the stars. So many stars. So much beauty in the universe. I love you, Yuna said. The words came easily now. She had never said them to anyone before. But with Tejo, everything was easy. Everything was true. I love you too, Tejo said. I think I have loved you since the first night. Since I held your hand in the darkness. If we survive this, what happens next? Tejo smiled. I do not know. But I know I want to show you the ocean. The real ocean. On Earth, I want to watch the sun rise with you. I want to grow old with you. Yuna laughed through her tears. Valari live for hundreds of years. I might watch you grow old. Then, you will have to take care of me when I am weak. He took her hands. You will have to sit with me and talk to me and hold my hand. Just like I did for you. I will. I promise. They kissed one last time. Long and deep and full of everything they could not say. Then, the alarm sounded. The assassins had arrived. Commander Beak's voice came over the intercom. 5 Valari ships docking at the main bay. All personnel have been evacuated. Teho, they are inside. Yuna looked at Teho with terrified eyes. It is time. Teho nodded. Go to the escape pod. Wait for me there. If I do not come in 1 hour, leave without me. Teho, go. She ran. Teho watched her disappear into the dark corridor. Then he picked up a metal pipe from the floor. It was not much of a weapon, but it was something. He took a deep breath. His hands were shaking. His heart was pounding. He was scared, more scared than he had ever been in his life. But he thought of Yuna, her smile, her golden eyes, the warmth of her hand in his dot. He was not fighting for himself. He was fighting for her, for their future, for the chance to see the ocean one more time. That was enough. The lights in the corridor flickered. Shadows moved in the darkness. The shadow hand was coming. Teho gripped his pipe and stepped forward into the dark. The hunt had begun. 2 weeks passed. The princess should have died 10 days ago. The void toxin should have destroyed her body by now. But she was still alive. Still breathing. Still fighting. The medical team was confused. They came to check on her every few days. They ran tests. They checked her vital signs. Everything said she should be dead. But she was not dead. It does not make sense, the doctor told Commander Beak. The poison is still in her system. Her organs should have failed by now. But something is keeping her stable. Commander Beak looked at the reports. He did not understand Valari medicine. He barely understood human medicine. What could be causing this? The doctor shook his head. I do not know. I sent a message to the Valari counselor who brought her here. Maybe she knows something we do not. Counselor Myra responded within hours. Her message was long and complicated. She explained that Valari were not like humans. They did not heal with medicine alone. They needed something called emotional resonance. Valari fed on emotions. Not in a bad way. They absorbed the feelings of people around them. Love, kindness, warmth, connection. These things made them stronger. These things healed them. Without emotional resonance, a Valari would slowly fade away. Princess Yuna had no family here. No friends. No one who cared about her. She was alone in a cold room at the edge of human space. She should have faded away days ago, but something was keeping her alive. There must be someone, Counselor Mira wrote. Someone near her who is giving her emotional resonance. Find that person. They are the reason she still breathes. Commander Beak thought about this for a long time. The princess was in the cargo wing. Almost no one went there. The only person who spent time near her was the janitor. Commander Beak almost laughed. The idea was ridiculous. How could a janitor provide emotional resonance? He was just a cleaner. He probably talked to her while he mopped the floor. That could not be enough to keep an alien princess alive. But the commander was a practical man. He did not believe in miracles. If the janitor was helping somehow, he wanted to know how. He called Teho to his office. Te-Ho had never been in the commander's office during the day. He usually cleaned it at night when everyone was gone. Sitting in front of the commander's desk felt strange, wrong, like he did not belong there. Tell me what you do with the princess, Commander Beak said. Teho felt nervous. Had he done something wrong? I just sit with her, sir. I talk to her sometimes. I did not think it would cause any problems. What do you talk about? Everything. Nothing. I tell her about Earth, about my life. I read her poetry sometimes. She cannot hear me, I think. But it feels wrong to leave her alone in the silence. Commander Beak studied the janitor for a long moment. He saw a simple man with rough hands and tired eyes. A man who had never done anything important in his life. A man who sat with a dying alien princess and read her poetry. "Keep doing what you are doing," the commander said finally. "Whatever you are doing, it is working." Teho did not understand, but he nodded. "Yes, sir." That night, he returned to the cargo wing like he always did. The princess lay on her bed, still and pale, but her markings were brighter than before. Not much, but enough to notice. The dim silver was becoming softer, warmer. He sat in his chair and took her hand. It was cold, like always, but maybe not as cold as yesterday. "I talked to the commander today," he said. "He thinks I am helping you somehow. I do not know how that is possible. I am not a doctor. I do not know anything about your people. But if sitting here and talking helps, then I will keep doing it." He was quiet for a moment. "I hope you do not mind me holding your hand. I know we are strangers, but you looked so alone, and I know what that feels like. After the war, I felt alone for a long time. I had friends who died. I had things I could not forget. I came to this station because I wanted to disappear. I thought if I was alone, I would not have to feel anything." He looked at her face. In the dim light, she looked peaceful, almost like she was just sleeping. But being alone does not make the pain go away. It just makes you forget what warmth feels like. I do not want you to forget. Even if you are dying, even if this is the end, I want you to know that someone was here. Someone cared. Her markings pulsed. A soft wave of light moved across her skin, like a ripple in water. Ho watched in wonder. "Can you hear me?" Another pulse. Stronger this time. His heart beat faster. "If you can hear me, try to open your eyes. Just a little. Just show me you are still there." For a long moment, nothing happened. Teho felt foolish. She was unconscious, poisoned, dying. She could not hear him. He was talking to himself. Then her eyes opened. They were gold. Pure, bright gold. Like sunrise over the ocean. Like honey. Like nothing Teho had ever seen. She looked at him. Her eyes were unfocused, confused. She tried to speak, but no sound came out. Her hand tightened around his. Weak, but real. "It is okay," Teho said quickly. "You are safe. You are on a human station. My name is Teho. I have been taking care of you." She stared at him. Her golden eyes searched his face. She did not understand his words, but she understood something. She understood that he was kind, that he meant no harm, that he had been there in the darkness when everyone else had left her to die. A tear rolled down her cheek. It glowed faintly, like liquid light. Teho wiped it away gently. "Do not cry. You are going to be okay. I do not know how, but I think you are getting stronger. You are fighting. I can see it in your markings. You are not giving up." She closed her eyes again. The effort of waking had exhausted her. But she did not let go of his hand. Teho sat with her through the night. He did not talk as much this time. He just held her hand and watched her breathe. He watched her markings pulse with soft light. Silver was mixing with gold now. The colors swirled together like paint in water. He did not know what it meant. But it was beautiful. The next day, he sent a message to Counselor Myra. He described what he had seen. The glowing markings. The golden eyes. The way she responded to his voice. Myra's response came quickly. Her words were strange and full of wonder. Gold luminescence, she wrote. This is sacred among our people. It means the bond is forming. This is something that takes years of trust between Valari. It requires deep emotional connection. It requires love. How is this possible? You have only known her for days. Ho read the message 3 times. Love? That could not be right. He did not love her. He did not even know her. He was just being kind. Just doing what any decent person would do. But as he walked back to the cargo wing that night, he realized something. He was looking forward to seeing her. He was worried about her. He thought about her during the day while he cleaned the hallways. He wondered if she was warm enough. If she was in pain. If she was dreaming. Maybe that was not love. But it was something. Something real. When he arrived at her room, her eyes were open. She was awake. Hello, she said. Her voice was weak and rough. The word was simple, one of the first things she had learned from the translator beside her bed. But it was the most beautiful sound Teho had ever heard. Hello, he said back. Welcome back. She smiled. It was small and tired, but it was real. The markings on her skin glowed bright gold. Teho smiled too. For the first time in years, he felt something warm in his chest. Something like hope. He did not know what was happening. He did not understand the bond or emotional resonance or alien biology. But he knew one thing for certain. He would not let her go. Not now, not ever. She was a princess from the stars. He was a janitor who cleaned floors. It should not have made sense. But somehow, in this cold room at the edge of human space, it did. She was waking up. And so was he. Yuna learned to speak human standard within 3 weeks. The translator helped, but she wanted to learn the real words. She wanted to understand Teho without a machine between them. She was still weak. The poison was still in her body. But every day, she grew a little stronger. Every night, when Teho came to sit with her, her markings glowed brighter. Gold spread through the silver like dawn breaking through the night. They talked for hours every night. At first, Yuna asked questions about the station, about humans, about Earth. She had never met a human before. Her people thought humans were primitive, young, unimportant. The Valari Empire had existed for 10,000 years. Humans had only been in space for 200. What could such a young species possibly offer? But the more Yuna talked to Teho, the more she realized her people were wrong. Teho told her about Earth's oceans, about water so deep and wide that you could not see the other side. He told her about forests where trees grew so tall they touched the clouds. He told her about cities full of millions of people, all living and working and dreaming together. He told her about music and art and stories that humans had created over thousands of years. Your people think we are young, Teho said one night. And maybe we are. But young does not mean weak. Young means we still have hope. We still believe we can make things better. We have not given up yet. Yuna thought about her own people. The Valari were ancient and powerful. But they were also tired, cynical. They had seen so much history that they did not believe in change anymore. They accepted the way things were. They did not fight for something better. Her brother had proven that. He had killed their father for power. He had poisoned her without hesitation. In the Valari court, betrayal was normal, expected. No one was surprised when it happened. But Teho was surprised when she told him. He was shocked and angry on her behalf. Your own brother? He said. How could he do that? Power, Yuna said simply. In my world, power is everything. Family means nothing. Teho shook his head. That is wrong. Family should protect each other. Love each other. Love is weakness among my people. It makes you vulnerable. My brother saw my father's love for me as a threat. So he removed us both. Taeho was quiet for a long moment. Then he took her hand. In my world, love is strength. It is what keeps us going when everything else falls apart. Maybe that is why humans survived. We are not the strongest or the smartest, but we love each other. We fight for each other, and that makes us strong. Yuna looked at their joined hands. His skin was warm against her cold fingers. She could feel his emotions flowing into her. Not just kindness now. Something deeper. Something that made her heart beat faster. Is that what you feel for me? She asked quietly. Love? Taeho's face turned red. Humans did that when they were embarrassed. Yuna found it endearing. I do not know, he admitted. I have not felt anything for a long time. After the war, I closed myself off. I did not want to feel any more. But when I am with you, I feel something. Something good. Something warm. Yuna smiled. Her markings pulsed with golden light. I feel it too. When you are near, I feel stronger. Safer. Like I'm not alone anymore. She told him about emotional resonance. About how Valari needed feelings from others to survive. Most species in the galaxy were emotionally closed. Their feelings stayed inside them. But humans were different. Your people leak emotions, she said. You cannot help it. Everywhere you go, you spread feelings like warmth from a fire. Most aliens find it annoying. Too loud, too intense. But for Valari, it is like drinking water after being in a desert. Taeho looked surprised. Is that why you are getting better? Because of me? Yes, your emotions flow into me. Your kindness, your care, your warmth. It is healing me. No medicine could do what you are doing. She paused. But there is something else. Something I did not expect. What? The bond. Yuna touched the golden markings on her arm. Among my people, the bond is sacred. It happens when two Valari form a deep connection. It takes years to develop. Decades sometimes. It requires complete trust and emotional unity. She looked into his eyes. You triggered my bond in weeks. I do not understand how. You are not even Valari. This should not be possible. Taeho did not know what to say. He was just a janitor. He had no special powers. No training. He just sat with her and talked and held her hand. What does the bond mean? He asked. Yuna hesitated. It means we are connected. Deeply. Permanently. I can feel your emotions even when you are not here. I can sense when you are happy or sad or afraid. And it means I'm changing. My power is awakening. Over the next few days, Yuna showed him what she meant. She could do things now that she could not do before. She could sense the emotions of people far away. She could make her markings glow bright enough to light the room. She could see flashes of the future, brief moments that had not happened yet. This power comes from the royal bloodline, she explained. All Valari royalty have it, but it usually takes decades of training to unlock. The bond with you unlocked it in days. Taeho watched her make lights dance in the air. She was beautiful when she used her power. Her whole body glowed. Her eyes burned like golden fire. You are amazing, he said. She stopped the lights and looked at him. There was sadness in her eyes. There is a cost, she said. The bond is permanent. Once it is complete, I can never bond with another. I will be connected to you forever. Is that bad? It means I can never go back to my people. A Valari princess bonding with a human is forbidden. Shameful. If I complete the bond with you, I will be exiled forever. I will lose my home. My title. Everything. Taeho felt cold inside. Then stop. Pull away from me. Do not let the bond complete. But Yuna shook her head. It is too late for that. The bond is already forming. I cannot stop it any more than I can stop breathing. She moved closer to him, and I do not want to stop it. My home was never a place of love. My people never cared about me. My family tried to kill me. Why would I want to go back to that? But you would be giving up everything. No, Yuna touched his face gently. I would be choosing something better. I would be choosing you. Taeho's heart was racing. He wanted to argue. He wanted to tell her she was making a mistake. He was nobody. A janitor. A broken man hiding at the edge of space. She was a princess with powers beyond imagination. But when he looked into her golden eyes, all those words died in his throat. I am scared, he admitted. I do not know how to love someone. I do not know if I can be what you need. You already are, Yuna said. You have been what I need since the first night. You sat with me when I was dying. You talked to me when everyone else had given up. You held my hand in the darkness. She leaned closer. Her markings were blazing now. The whole room was filled with golden light. That is love, Taeho. Real love. Not the power games of my people. Not the politics and betrayal. Just one person caring for another. Just being there. She kissed him. It was soft and gentle and warm. Taeho felt something break inside him. All the walls he had built, all the coldness he had wrapped around his heart, it all melted away. He kissed her back. The golden light grew brighter and brighter until it was blinding. Yuna's markings burned like fire. Power flowed through her like a river breaking through a dam. And somewhere far away, in the dark halls of the Velari Empire, alarms began to sound. The princess was not dead. She was alive. She was powerful, and she had bonded with a human. Emperor. Hanjil sat on his stolen throne and felt the ripple of power across the galaxy. His sister was awake. His poison had failed. He called for his assassins. It was time to finish what he had started.